welcome to another episode of Golden Nuggets Tea and Tales Season 2, powered by Husby, served today by Denise Williams.
Yes.
Denise, who is the colleague that taught you the biggest lesson in your real estate career?
Let's think about that one. The biggest colleague that has taught me the biggest lesson, I would say, is someone who actually stole from me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So let's get into it.
Competitor?
No,
A
she was
colleague.
a business partner.
Ooh, okay.
So I opened my first real estate company with a business partner.
Here or U.S.?
In the U.S.
Okay.
So the company that I have today is not the one that I started with. So the reason that I partnered with her is because I felt like at the time that in order for me to open my own real estate brokerage, I would need help. I needed assistance. I needed that comfort and support.
But that's what women do.
Yes.
Like the men will just go out and do it.
They'll just go and they'll just do it. But for me, I was 30 years old at the time. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm ready to actually own a real estate company. So this was back in 2017, you know, when having your own brokerage in Atlanta at that age didn't exist. Most top producing agents even still worked for franchises or large brokerages. So to say I want to go independent, I was terrified. Even though prior to making that decision, just to give you a little bit of backstory, I actually worked for a broker, a startup company for 2 years as an associate broker before deciding to branch off and open my own company. So I had experience. It wasn't like I was just freshly licensed as a broker and said, okay, I want to go ahead and move forward. And just because I know I'm in two different markets, let me explain what broker means in U.S. terms versus Dubai terms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please do.
So
Please clarify.
a broker in Dubai is any person that's a licensed realtor in this market. A broker in the U.S. means you've actually upgraded your realtor real estate license, agent license, into a broker license. So now you've gone back to school, you've gotten an upgraded license, and now you have the option to either work for a company or start your own company.
So in the U.S., entry level is agent.
It's agent, yes.
No qualifications?
You do go to school and you have to take a state exam and background check, but that's the first start.
Right.
So not every agent becomes a broker.
Okay, so then to become a broker, you have to sit another exam.
Yes, another exam, more fees, and then more responsibility.
And then there's another one where you run a team.
So that's under the broker license.
So under a broker license, you can have agents working
Correct.
underneath you or brokers working
Yes,
underneath.
absolutely. So that's how the tiered system works in the U.S. So becoming a broker is something that most people don't do, number one. And then even if they do it, they still tend to work as an associate broker for another company because they don't know when to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I've been doing this for 2 years. It's time for me. I didn't feel appreciated where I was, which oftentimes happens. It's like, I'm running this company.
Yeah.
It's my baby. You're not even taking it seriously. But we were, you know, having conflict with regard to how we wanted it to grow and where the vision of it is. And then you soon realize, like, it's not yours. It doesn't matter how much time you give it. It's
Your name's
not yours.
on the door.
So long story short, decided to partner
No, we
with
like
her.
short stories long over here.
We decided to go into partnership, and what that taught me was we decided on two parts in the situation in the relationship. I was going to be in charge of recruiting and training. She was going to be the sales side of the business, where she was going to make sure that she was doing the real estate coaching and managing of the business. So I was more admin. She was going to be more hands-on with the agents. So what ended up happening was she was not showing up to the training session. She wasn't helping me to recruit. She wasn't helping me to grow the business. And it's like, I'm doing everything
Yourself, yeah.
yet again. And so I'm like, you know, at first I kept giving forgivenesses and trying to go on and on and on. But you decide quickly, like, you know what? I'm not going to share the profits of this company with someone who is not holding their weight. Yeah. And so I decided that I wanted to end our partnership. Well, when I notified her of what my decision was, she went ghost, contacted her multiple times. Then randomly, I got an email from our accountant that there were funds that were withdrawn from the account that were unauthorized, because everything was going through the accountant. They had, you know, access to the account and all of this. And she's like, what happened to the money? And I'm like in shock.
You.
Yes. I'm in shock. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what happened to the money? And so we ended up getting into this whole thing. Come to find out, it was my partner who actually had the funds wired out of the account and stole everything. And so that ended up turning into a whole 1 year battle with the Georgia Real Estate Commission alongside the police. So, you know, I gave her chances to return it.
Was she entitled to half of it at least?
She took all of it, you know. And the thing was, you know, there's protocol. There are steps that you need to go through before things are split up or whatever the case may be.
Withdrawn from the account.
Yeah, you just don't do that. And so she was asked to return it, refused. So we put out a police report on her and all of that. And she ended up not coming to court. So they obviously granted, you know, the case in my favor. And eventually she was arrested. So it really became a long, drawn out process over nothing that I felt like. And so to this day, her and I still haven't had a conversation.
You didn't get your money back?
I did eventually get some of the money back, but no, I didn't get all of it. Yeah.
And did it teach you just like, I'm not going into business, or like, what could you have looked out for? Because it's not that we want to encourage people to not partner up with anyone, but what, did you miss a red flag?
I missed several red flags. I was still very young in business at the time. So I really based my decision on like, she seems like a good person. Like we're cool, we're good. Like, why not give it a try? And you get so wrapped up sometimes in the excitement of an opportunity. And when it comes to your ethics, sometimes we layer that onto people, not knowing that they aren't going to necessarily take on your characteristics. They are who they are. And I didn't realize that I was just so gullible to not do a due diligence checklist. So now I'm very much more guarded when it comes to who I'm doing business with. I want to know more about your background. I'm going to ask the tough questions. And I'm not going to be afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations. When you're going to business, if you're not having the uncomfortable conversations and the exit strategy conversations up front, you're already going into it the wrong way. You want to prepare for the worst. And that's what I do now. Even when I'm training and talking to my clients, I'm always pitching them on the worst case scenario. What happens if this doesn't work out for you? Are you open to other alternatives? How can we fix this in the event that X, Y, and Z happens? And so she really helped me to re-engineer the way that I ask questions and the way that I make decisions. So it was a really valuable lesson.
And tougher questions.
Yes. Tougher questions for sure.
Brilliant. And now you're part of EXP Realty. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So EXP is actually a US-based company. It is a cloud-based company, and it allows you to actually build a team without becoming a broker in US terms. So it's beautiful because now you can be licensed in one country and have agents that work under your license, well, not under your license, but under your brands, if you will, and earn a commission residually from that in multiple countries. We're in, I believe, 28 countries now. So now I'm able to have my agents in the US and then build a team in Dubai and then other countries as well.
So it's kind of like in between being a Dubai version of a broker and a brokerage owner.
Exactly.
It's somewhere kind of in the middle.
That's exactly the case. And then I love it because you also cap out. So in the Dubai market, because most people or most real estate companies in my research, they don't allow you to cap. And so what a cap is basically means that you earn 100% of your commission after you've paid the company a certain amount.
Right.
And I'm not going to be with a company that doesn't allow me to get to a certain point and be able to keep my money. So at no point, especially once you're experienced, it's only so much your broker can teach you or give you whatever.
This would only work if you know what you're doing. You don't need day-to-day hand-holding.
You don't need any hand-holding. You know what to do. Dunya's always trying to get me in the office for training. And all this stuff. I'm like, girl, she just, I'm out here making money. You see these commissions coming in. I'm not coming to a training class. Stop sending me these text messages. No, it's just I love you, Dunya. Shout out to her because she's the reason we, connected as well. But no, once you're experienced in the market, it's no need to pay a broker a ton of your commission.
She's not the reason we connected. Do you remember how we connected?
Wait, how?
Carol in the salon in City Walk.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's originally yes.
That's where I originally met you.
You're right. Yeah, Dunya recommended the podcast.
We were what was it? Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yes.
So we were filming on Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yes.
Being real housewives in Dubai or non
real extras.
Real extras in Dubai.
Yeah. I got tagged in multiple episodes. I haven't seen the season to see like what pieces of me I guess is on the show, but I'm on there. Your girl is a celebrity, okay?
I just appeared in like one split second. My poor sister, she actually subscribed to OSN to see me on Real Housewives. She was like, and then she posted on her Instagram. She's like, let me save you all the bother. Here is her appearance. But yeah. All right. Thank you very much for that, Denise. Don't trust without doing your due diligence, basically. Don't. Okay. Thank you. All right.